Hello, in this short video, I'm going to talk to you about how to use multiple platforms in order to teach or present your research. So in this video, I'll be talking to you about screencasting, about using an alternative to PowerPoint, and then about how to combine different elements in Animotica. So firstly, find the screencasting software that you want to use. There are plenty of free versions available online. Just have a peruse and see what they can provide for you. One caveat though, with the free screencasting versions, quite a few of them will have different restrictions. So make sure you check these on the website before you download it. So some of them will restrict the amount of time that you can record, some of them will restrict different things you do pertaining to editing, and many of them will actually require a watermark be displayed on your final presentation. So here's the website for Screencast-O-Matic, and to find out what I would get with the free options, I just click on pricing here. And then if I scroll down, compare plan features, I can see what features I get with the free plan. So just double check that this is everything that you want before downloading it. Otherwise, perhaps check out some of the other free software. Like I mentioned, you can get Flashback Express, and there are lots of other ones out there if you just do a Google search. Secondly, consider how you want the video to be formatted on your screen. So make sure if you're using a PowerPoint presentation that it's ready to go so that when you start recording, you don't have to open it and adjust the size. If you're planning on recording anything on your screen, make sure that likewise is fitting on the screen exactly as you want it to. So once you open it up, it's ready to record. Also, do check on what's going on in the background of your desktop. So if you have any family photos that you wouldn't want people to see, if you have some social media open, some messages, or indeed emails that could violate GDPR, do make sure these are minimized or closed. This is what it would look like here. And as you can see, I've already recorded a number of videos, and these show up on the home screen. So to start a new video, I would just click record, which has now launched the recorder. And as you can see, it's set on webcam at the moment. I'm going to set it to screen. So now it's set to screen, and it's just given me this little window here that I can work with, and I can resize it as necessary. And I can go ahead and click record here in the red button. Then it will start recording. It'll give me a countdown. Now it's recording. And once I've finished recording, I can just click stop, and then click done and save the video, and then it will save to the home screen that you saw there. If you're thinking about using PowerPoint, I would actually recommend considering Prezi as an alternative. It's a bit more engaging and the interface looks a bit better in presentation videos. Let me show you what it looks like. So as you can see, unlike PowerPoint, it doesn't advance in a linear fashion, but instead moves around the page, focusing on different elements of the presentation. Now, one tip, of course, make sure you don't have too much moving around and in and out, or people can become quite dizzy whilst they're watching your presentation. Let me show you how to make one. So if you go to Prezi.com, you can sign up for free access to create Prezi presentations. Just like with Screencast-O-Matic, there is a free version, and there are other versions that you can also pay for, which will have more features. So to start a new presentation, I'm going to look at some of the templates, but I could choose to start from scratch instead. Convert a PowerPoint is an available option, but just as a caveat, this is something that you'd have to pay for if you keep using it. I think that I'm on a trial version at the moment. So let's go to Create from Template. And you can scroll through the various templates using the tabs here and see which one suits your purposes. And the idea is that each of these elements is going to be a different slide in your presentation, and it's going to focus zooming in on each of these elements throughout the course of your presentation. So I quite like this one. This is my mind. I'm going to open that up. Now I can explore this template here in this window, see what it would look like. And I quite like that, so I'm going to click Use this template, and now it's going to load in a new window for me, so I can go ahead and start editing the different elements on this presentation. So I'm going to make this presentation about Wikipedia. So I've changed the text there. I'm just going to resize it so it fits this page a bit better. And there we go. Now I'm going to get started on my first element. One thing I would recommend doing before you get started with doing all the elements on the page is to click on Path Settings here and make sure that these settings are correct. So I prefer not to have the presentation zoom back to an overview of everything in between each element. I think that's a bit dizzy. So I'm going to go ahead and click Zoom directly to the next topic instead. Likewise, I don't want it to zoom back to the main topic between each subtopic, lest people get dizzy, so I'm going to select the second one. Now I can get started with my next element. So as you can see, opening this up, it lets me zoom in on this page here, and I can go ahead and change this text. I could add more subtopics if I'd like, which will show up here on the left-hand side. And that means that when I click on the subtopic, it's now going to zoom to that slide. I could add another further subtopic, and it will now zoom to that slide. So now I've just changed the text on this topic here. I'm going to go into the next slide and add some more information here as well. So I've added some more information to that slide as well. Now I'm going to go back to my general overview and just take a look. So that's what it looks like thus far. If I were to present this, this is what it would look like. So that's how you would create a Prezi presentation, which I highly recommend as an alternative to PowerPoint. And you can combine all of these different elements by using Animotica. And I'm just going to quickly show you how to do that. If you want a longer introductory video on Animatica, then please do click on the video displaying on the screen here. There's a 2-part video session on how to use Animatica that's quite a bit more detailed. And this is how I might put these all together in Animatica. I'm going to click Add Video and Photo Clips and add. I'm going to my videos, and I'm going to start by adding the bit where I'm giving an introduction. Add that in and play it. Hello, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about Wikipedia. Brilliant, I like that. So I'm going to add another one now, another video clip. I'm going to add my Wikipedia 1 for my Prezi presentation. When you should use it, and when you shouldn't use it. If at the end of the video you have any questions or comments, please do email the librarians. So when can I use Wikipedia for my research? So that's looking good thus far. So now I'm going to add in my first example video clip that I created with Screencast, which is right here. I'm just going to play that quickly to make sure it looks okay. For example, if I was doing some research. Yep, that looks okay as well. So let me add the next one. Wikipedia 2. I'll play that just to test it. You may also use Wikipedia. Sounds good. Now I could add all of these clips at the same time, but I'm just going through and checking them one by one. And finally add my last example. Article if I wanted to find some more references. That's brilliant. So I could just stop there and this might be a completed video. I think I want to spruce it up a little bit, firstly by adding some audio to the background. And I quite like that one. I'm going to turn it down because it's a bit loud at the moment with my narration. 80% is just a little bit too high. Hello, in this video, I'm going to drag and drop it, make sure it starts right at the beginning of my presentation. It's not quite long enough to go all the way through, so I'm going to duplicate it. Perfect. Hello, in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about Wikipedia. Okay, I quite like that. I think I'm going to do one more thing and just add a little introductory slide here. So I'll go to add, and I'm going to actually add a color clip to do this. I'll just make it white. I'm going to be boring. I'm going to move that to the front. And I'm going to add some text. Change the style. And I like that. I'm going to add emotion, so like an animation. And I like that as well. Brilliant.
Hello, in this video.
And I like the way that looks, so I'm going to go ahead and save my project to Animatica in case I want to work on it in the future, and export the video, which will save it to my computer. And from there, I can upload it to my intranet, I can upload it to a video streaming service if I subscribe to one, or I can just send it directly to YouTube. So that's everything in this introductory video for how to use multiple platforms in order to make a creative and engaging video. If you want to see the final product in Animotica, please do click on the link here. If you enjoyed this, please do subscribe to the channel for more research tips, and thank you for watching.